Hello and welcome, friends, to another episode where I talk about vintage fountain pens. Maybe you are wondering what all those fountain pens have in common. Maybe you recognize some Italian models, American models, German models, even models from smaller countries like Hungary and Romania. This will be a special episode where I will talk of the beautiful celluloid models in my collection. Of course, what you can see on my desk, there aren't all my celluloid models. Are in good shape, some are in worse shape. The celluloid material was quite an innovative material, and we must thank the Sheaffer fountain pen company in America for pioneering this wonderful material, this celluloid material, which is a type of plastic, but a plastic that holds this beautiful combination of patterns and colors. This is a Sheaffer flat top, named after the flat top of the cap and of the end of the barrel, an example from 1928. So the Sheaffer fountain pen company, they produced in the early 1920s fountain pens made of hard rubber, and they introduced the celluloid, and in time in 1940s and the 1950s was the main material used in the fountain pen industry. So I will leave this aside. After this model, it came the Sheaffer Balance from the end of 1928. You can see this beautiful jade color. But if you look closely, you can see the beautiful jade color of the cap, and in contrast, you can see a darker jade color here. And this was a defect of this particular fountain pen, because the sac, in time, it was affected by the acidity of the ink, and the sac on in its turn affected the beautiful color of this celluloid jade. So this was a problem for the lever filler system. It had that sac that needed to be replaced from time to time because it was affected by the acidity of the ink. And speaking of nice celluloid materials, I have also a very small lady size fountain pen. It comes in this beautiful celluloid. This is my favorite celluloid of them all, and you can see the beautiful blue, and let's put it here in the light for you to see how beautiful this material really is. This is a button filler specific to the 1930s, and it's quite a small fountain pen. A no-name fountain pen. It certainly is a lookalike of the Parker Pocket fountain pen, but I love the celluloid material. So we are at the celluloid material. And speaking about celluloid material, I have here for you a beautiful balance from the 1930s. And let's put it to the natural light. A beautiful marine green Sheaffer from the 1930s, a balance. This is in a junior size. Beautiful celluloid. And also a celluloid from the 1930s, Italian manufacturers. This is a desk pen. You can see the difference between those two materials. So if in the beginning of 1910s and 1920s they used this hard rubber, and I know this is a hard rubber because you can see it's developed in time this brown patina. This is the old material and this is the beautiful new material. So you can see that this is a dull material and this is an exciting new material. This is a fountain pen from Italy, branded Forever. I presume it was made by OMAS or Monte. I don't know for sure. I will put this aside. I also have a product of the Italian pen industry, and you can see now the weak point. You can see this is the original color and this is the color that was affected by the ink sac inside of it. This is a paradox because I prefer the caramel color of this part. I think that this is quite plain, but this has character. This is just an opinion. And this time you can see a beautiful material by OMAS. This wasn't affected by the sac inside of it. Beautiful green celluloid. Look at it with also reflections of gray and green. Beautiful material. This is an OMAS Extra from 1932, a lever filler. We are still talking about the 30s and the 1940s. An iconic German fountain pen. This is the Celluloid. This is the model Pelikan 100 and from the 1940s. And also a beautiful KAWECO original from 1938, a button filler, also made in the beautiful celluloid. Look how the celluloid shines in the sunlight. Again, the contrast, the ending of the cap is made from hard rubber, and I know that because of this black patina. So, product of 1938. And also product of 1938, this time the famous ONOTO from England. It has this blue or green pattern like a basket case, a picnic basket. Quite a nice looking material. So another product from the 1930s. And now we move on to the 1940s with this beautiful Verbana fountain pen. It has those stripes in green. This was made in Italy, in the Turin area. A button filler from the 1940s. Okay, 1940s. The last one from which I have from the 1940s is this beautiful Waterman Commando, which was made in the war years of the World War II, so between approximately 1940 and 1945. It comes in this indigo celluloid, quite a nice looking fountain pen. And now we are ready to move on to the 1950s, and I will start with the iconic Montblanc 146 Meisterstück. This is a masterpiece version, a model intended for the export. It has this casein, which has developed in time this yellowish patina. It is a beautiful fountain pen. It is made all of celluloid, and you can see how it shines at the natural lighting. This is one of the greatest Montblancs, and I love the Montblancs of the 50s because of the use of the celluloid, because of the telescopic filling piston, and my favorite, this old ski slope type feed. I think that this is the perfect pen. I won't talk about the nib, which of course is gorgeous. A celluloid model from Montblanc from the 1950s. And if we are talking about Montblanc, I have prepared also a version of Montblanc, let's say a sub brand, but it wasn't a sub brand, but a sub model, Monte Rosa, a fountain pen from the 1950s designed for students. Also, with this is the version with the gold nib. Most of them had steel nibs. This is entirely made out of celluloid. You can see the beautiful, beautiful shiny of this material. And a fountain pen made in Hungary, quite a nice looking fountain pen with a blind cap. It has also a piston filler. It has also an ink window. So this is a product from Hungary from the 1950s. You can see the beautiful brown celluloid. It certainly resembles the pattern of the Italian Verbana, but in a different brown color. Okay, now I have another fountain pen made by Luxor, a German fountain pen producer, made in celluloid, also with the ink window, a gold nib, open nib, and also with a piston filler with a blind cap. Another product from the 1950s, Germany, made in celluloid. And if we are talking about the products from the 1950s, I must show you an iconic fountain pen from KAWECO, the famous KAWECO Sport. It is a beautiful, beautiful fountain pen with a beautiful gold nib and an open window. Also made entirely out of celluloid. And let's look at the beautiful material. Okay, this is another product from the 1950s. Let's leave this aside. And evolving a little bit, I will show you a model from the 1960s. And you can see that the nib is semi-hooded now. It has the same ink window, but this time in other color. And also a mechanical pencil, those made out of celluloid. Let's put them aside and let's look at some beautiful, beautiful Italian-made fountain pens, affordable fountain pens from the 1960s, also made in celluloid. Look at this beautiful, beautiful material. This is a Maryland fountain pen. Also the same model of the Maryland fountain pen with this green pattern. Look at the beautiful shades of green. And also a special fountain pen. This was a gift during communion, which is a religious Catholic ceremony. And you can see the beautiful, beautiful gray, the shades of gray in this celluloid. And speaking about celluloid materials, I have a material done in the 1960s in communist Romania. They resemble the Parkers from the 1940s. This is a green model, and I have also some models in blue. Quite an interesting pattern to them, and also another model in blue. So the industry of celluloid. So I talked about fountain pens from the 1920s till the 1960s, but I also have here a famous iconic fountain pen a Pelikan Souvron M800, and this model is first year or second year of production, so 1987 or 1988. And we still have the celluloid material, which is represented by this material with green stripes. You can see that it's quite transparent. We almost can see the brass piston filling mechanism. So another beautiful, beautiful fountain pen made with the same celluloid material. So this material here, green material, is celluloid. And this means that the material, it isn't lost, it isn't dead, but it's simply, for some producer, more economical to produce plastic parts. This was my review of the beautiful, beautiful celluloid fountain pens. Look at them, how beautiful they look in the sunlight. I don't have some sun. Let's turn off a light source, and even with the light source, they look beautiful. This was an episode, like an homage episode to the beautiful celluloid material, and certainly this material has made the fountain pen from a boring looking black instrument to quite a happy writing instrument. I still am amazed of the beautiful colors that this celluloid material can provide to the writing instruments. So this was my video of celluloid fountain pens in my collection. If you liked it, please give a like and subscribe to my channel. As always, I wish you to have a nice day, and bye bye.